Hello and welcome to Digit. In this video, we will be looking at the Antec VP Plus 450 watts power supply. Now, this is part of the Antec Value Power Plus series, hence VP. And on the front side of the packaging, we can see what the power supply looks like, and they've also put down some of the salient features at the bottom. This includes warranty from Antec, but since you're getting this on Amazon, you should always check the Amazon store page for the exact terms and conditions surrounding the warranty and guarantee periods. Then this is a continuous power supply. It's rated for 80 plus. This is just the white sticker. Then you have flat cables, which is also convenient for cable management. And aside from that, you don't have anything. Obviously, there's the 450 watt rating at the top right. On the right side of the box, we can see additional features being mentioned in different languages. We'll go for the English translation over here, and that says continuous power. So we've already gone through that. This is 80 plus certified, but with the white certification. Then you've got mention of the warranty period again. You've got a 120 silent fan. This thermal manager feature, which controls the fan speed on the basis of load. And lastly, you've got a couple of protection mechanisms built into the power supply. There's nothing on this side, a bit of branding on this side, which brings us to the back side of the packaging. Here we can see the same features that we saw on the front, so we need not go through them again. Over here, you have the different connectors that are available in this particular power supply. So you have 7 SATA power connectors, 2 Molex connectors, 1 floppy disk drive connectors, 2 8-pin PCIe connectors, but these are the ones that split up. So you get a 6-pin connector with 2 additional pins on the side, so you can use them with graphics cards that either require 6-pin or 8-pin power connectors. Then there's the CPU power supply, which is one of it. It is also a split type. It's an 8-pin that splits into 4 plus 4. Lastly, you have the main motherboard connector, that is the 24-pin power connector. Over here, you have the rail wattage table. So you can see all the different rails that are available. Now, this is a standard ATX power supply. So you got 3.3 volts, 5 volts, 12 volts, minus 12 volts, and 5 volts standby. And you can see the amperage that is available on each of those rails. You can also see the ones that are shared and the cumulative wattage that you can get from this particular power supply. So that's it for everything on the packaging. Let's go ahead and open it up. Inside the packaging, you have a little product overview pamphlet. This gives you the list of connectors, which we've already gone through. And on the back side, you've got nothing. So that's all the information there is. Then there's a little polythene bag with 5 cable ties. This is very helpful when you are running cable management through your chassis. Then you've got 4 M4 screws. These are the ones that you use to mount the power supply on your cabinet. And before we get to the power supply, you also have the main AC power cable. And this is not using the Indian plug. So you should always check if you have the right power socket, or at least get the right power socket by means of an extension board. Finally, we've got the power supply. This is the Antec VP Plus 450P. This is the inside of the PSU, or the inner side, onto which you have the cablings emerging, and on either side you have stickers giving you the branding, or rather the model number of the power supply. This is the outer side, which is the one you'll see at the back of your chassis, and that's where you insert the main AC power connector, and you also have the main power switch. On the inside, you can see all the components. Try not to block this particular vent. And again, that goes for this as well. This is the cooling fan. This will be drawing air from inside your cabinet and throwing it out via this side. So again, try not to block this surface as well. Then you have all the cables attached to your power supply. We've already have a list of all the power connectors that are available. Let's just go through them one by one. This is the main 24-pin motherboard power connector. Then you have the PCIe power connector. As mentioned, this is a split type connector, so you get a 6+2 for whichever need your graphics card has. Then there are a bunch of SATA power connectors. Do remember, all of these have flat cables except for the main 24-pin power connector, which comes with its normal thick rolled sleeve. So there are 3 cables which all have the SATA power connector except for the last one, which comes with the SATA power connector, 2 Molex power connectors, and a floppy disk drive power connector. Finally, you have the CPU power connector. This comes again in a split fashion. You have 4+4. Some motherboards require only 4. Most newer motherboards will require 8. So again, you can vary this as per your motherboard. And it's easy to bring them together and easy to split them apart. Now you can have a look at all the different cable lengths that come with the power supply. We'll just place this at the extreme left edge. Clean this up a little. And we've got a handy little ruler at the bottom, which you can use as a reference for understanding how long the cables happen to be. So first you have the main 24-pin power connector. This goes up to 24 inches or 2 feet. Then you have the SATA power connectors, which are close to 80 centimeters long. Same goes for this one. The same goes for this one. Then you have the PCIe power connector. This is for your graphics card. So the first connector goes up to 54 centimeters or 52 centimeters if you don't count the connector. And these things are usually bunched. If you want to extend that further, then you can go all the way up to around 62, 63 centimeters. And lastly, you've got the main CPU power connector, which also goes to about 70 centimeters. It's off screen, but it's about 70 centimeters. That was the unboxing and quick overview of the Antec Value Power Plus 450 watt power supply. Thank you for watching.